Hi everyone, I'm back from my second Camino. I made it in one piece. This video is just going to be talking a little bit about my Camino. I don't really want to talk about it extensively because the reason I make these videos isn't to talk about myself and to put myself on display. It's just to help other pilgrims prepare and get through it and, you know, kind of ease some of the worries and all that kind of stuff. And so my Camino doesn't really have much bearing on that, but a lot of you have been asking, which is so sweet, and so I figured I had to talk about it. I didn't really take very much video while I was over there. I took, like, not video of me talking, but just video of what was going on, and I might compile that into a video, but some of the video quality is really poor because I was an idiot and didn't like change my camera settings. So we'll see about that, I'm not sure. So my second Camino, I don't even know what to really say about it. It's really hard to sit in front of a camera and think about summarizing an entire 2-month trip into one video and deciding what to filter out. It was all extremely unexpected. It did not go even remotely the way that I had kind of planned it to go. It just goes to show the Camino has its own ideas of how it's going to go for you, and so you can plan as much as you want, but be prepared to throw those plans completely out the window, because that's what I had to do. A lot of my preparation was attempting to avoid getting tendinitis again. Unfortunately, I was unsuccessful. I got it again by Pamplona, so my third day walking. I got it in my Achilles. I ended up leaving my boots in a tree. I ended up walking in my walking sandals the entire way. I ended up having to buy new walking sandals because the walking sandals I bought were half a size too small. It was, yeah, I ended up actually taking a bus from Burgos to Astorga, so skipping about 300 kilometers because I knew to walk the entire thing at the pace that I was going would have taken the entire 2 months I was there, and I wanted to do things other than that. Mostly because I actually met somebody in Roncesvalles. He had done it before too, and by the time we were in Burgos, it was really rainy, and we were just like, hey, let's like get this Camino thing over with and go have some new adventures. And so we skipped to Astorga. We had a great walk from Astorga to Santiago, and we met some really fantastic people. We had some amazing experiences. We were pretty lucky with the weather. We had snow up to Cruz de Ferro and down. It wasn't snowing, but there was snow everywhere and it was cold, and it was really, really cool because just like a week earlier I'd gotten a really bad sunburn on the back of my legs. Like, we kind of got a mixture of everything. Yeah, so we skipped a section, which is definitely something I was not expecting. Another thing that I wasn't expecting was to be staying in hotels. I stayed in pensions actually quite a bit. Mainly because on my first Camino, I was at like 5:30 a.m. kind of riser. This time we were pretty much always the last people out, and so by the time we would get to the next town, you know, we would walk a decent pace, but we'd take like hour breaks and just stop and drink a bottle of wine or something. You know, it was like a slacker pilgrimage, which was lovely because it's the complete opposite of what I did the first time. And so by the time we got into the towns, a lot of the time, particularly always the municipals would be full, and then our other options were private albergues, which usually ran 10 euros each, but for 30 euros for the two of us we could get a pension, and so often that's what we ended up doing. Yeah, and then when we got to Santiago, we stayed there for a few days. I love it there. I know it's really not my place to comment on it, but of course my heart goes out to the victims of the tragedy there. Hearing that when I got home just a month later or something was just, yeah, absolutely heartbreaking. Yeah, but of course It's not my place to really say anything about it. Of course, I've been to Santiago. That's the extent of my connection to this, and of course I have no concept of the loss. But I could not say something because it really did. It deeply affected me. As I'm sure it deeply affected many of you who have been there and done the Camino, and those of you who are setting your goals on Santiago in the future. So we ended up renting a car in Santiago and we drove down to the south of Spain through Portugal, met a friend in Portugal. Hi Alex, it was great to finally meet you. We went skydiving outside of Seville. We rented a villa up in the mountains near Malaga. It was a trip of a lifetime, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. And I'm glad that I had the flexibility to throw my plans out the window and just be like, no what? Yeah, let's skip 300 kilometers. Why not? So make plans, but yeah, be ready to break them because the Camino is completely unexpected. You'll meet people you didn't think you were going to meet. maybe even fall in love. This month, my pet project is going to be making a lot more advice videos. I have so many topics that I want to cover. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but I knew I had to get this video out of the way first, and I just kind of didn't really want to make it, to be honest. I love my Camino, and I love telling my friends and family about it, and I love how supportive you guys are, but it's very personal, and so that's just like a quick overview of how it went. If you have any specific questions, ask me in the comments. I'm going to be covering pretty much a bit of everything. So if you have a fall Camino coming up and you're looking for information, this could be a good resource for you. Once again, I'm not trying to say I'm an expert about the Camino. I'm just trying to help. Honestly, a lot of the questions that people have about the Camino can just be simply answered by someone who's done it before and knows what is kind of going on. It's not like I'm some unique resource, I'm just someone who's willing to answer your questions. I'm reiterating a lot of things that are already out there. If you want to check out the Camino forum, I'm going to put a link to that down below. That's pretty much any question you could think of will be answered there. But people seem to find my videos quite easily. From the comments that they leave, it seems like this is the first time they found this type of information, and so I'm happy to be that person. Thank you all again. I can't believe how many subscribers I have now and how many views I'm getting. I'm getting hundreds of views every day. It's crazy to me. I think that's just fantastic because that means that the people who are looking for it are finding it, and this is why I'm doing this. I'm not making money from this or anything. I'm trying to keep the pilgrim spirit alive, I guess. Anyway, I will see you guys soon. If you're heading out on the Camino soon, buen Camino.